Yes. Welcome back to another edition of TDs and Flying E's, episode 7. Best believe we're going to hit you with the verbal AK-47. So you know the drill. Let me introduce the panel.
What's going on? Over a month's over from drugs, loving life and hating it at the same time. I'm ready.
Go DJ, that's my DJ. Go DJ, that's my DJ.
I'm like Luis, I'm just here living the high life. Sorry.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, I like that. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another listen.
You know what it is, your host with the most, Smooth Steven Cruz. Let's not forget our producer. Let me play that sound clip. Nice.
The silent assassin.
All right, man. Let's get right into it. Let's go for boxing news and rumors. Canelo Alvarez's trainer, Eddie Reynoso, has confirmed that he plans on challenging for a world title next year against IBF WBC champion Arthur Beterbiev or WBA champ Dimitri Bivol.
That's pretty good.
Hell yeah, I like that, man. Those are some big guys, and they're gonna be able to challenge him. He's not gonna be able to just lean on his power, because I think against those guys, his power would be matched, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
The speed. Yeah, he got the speed though on those guys, I think. Right?
Good point.
I feel like that's where he gets avenge. I mean, he has power compared to those guys, and he just has speed.
All right, next up, guys, Teofimo Lopez Jr. versus George Kambosos added to the De La Hoya versus Vitor Belfort undercard on September 11th. And guess what, guys? It will be going head-to-head with Canelo Plant.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, get the fuck out of here, because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
And that's exactly what I'm predicting. I'm predicting Canelo's pay-per-view buys to actually, do way better than the Thriller ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so too.
But
just announced. Sorry, Luis, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was looking for the sound clip. I found it and I got happy. Anthony Joshua will be defending his IBF WBO heavyweight title against WBO mandatory challenger Alexander Usyk September 25th on DAZN and Sky. I can't wait for that.
Hell yeah, I can't wait either.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Who y'all got in that early prediction?
I don't know, man.
Steve's torn, I can tell.
It's a 50-50 fight for me, even though it doesn't maybe not be 50-50 on Usyk's side, because it's barely a second fight at heavyweight.
Right. So do you think, like, just say Joshua loses? If he loses, are we still getting Joshua Fury or?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if Fury wants that. Man, you know what? I think it'll still be a big deal in the UK, no matter what.
Yeah, man. I hope we still. I just want to see that fight. I just want to see that. I want to see Joshua Fury.
Because I think it was Joshua versus. I don't know. I'm not gonna say who, because I know for sure. But I know Joshua sold out 90,000 in Wembley Stadium, and that's a record.
Yeah.
A record, and I think the former one was 80,000 something with George Groves and Carl Froch. So that's a pretty big deal, man. And with add Fury, dude,
I think it'll be huge.
They're gonna have
no matter what.
They're gonna put chairs on the ceiling, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, Gamboa. Your Dorcas, you gonna drink.
Yeah.
Gamboa injured out of his July 3rd bout with Chris Colbert, who was one of my guys. Gamboa's out with a reported injury, but I think his replacement makes the fight even better, and we'll get into that later. Next up, I'm gonna hand it up to Jeff for some MMA news.
Yeah, I got a couple of fight announcements. We'll start in PFL. Clarissa Shields, this is quick, dude. She has her next MMA bout booked already for August 27th at Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, just a fun fact, Kayla Harrison is also scheduled on that card. Shields' opponent isn't announced yet, though, but it is pretty crazy that she already has her next bout booked, and it's not long from now, dude. So I think a lot of people were expecting her to get a boxing fight, announced, maybe go back over there and box, but no, she's back here in MMA.
I think she wants to stay. I think she just wants to do MMA.
There's
I don't
no
think we'll
money.
see her in a boxing match.
Yeah, there's no
In a
money
while.
in women's boxing or interest, and that's not me being mean. It's just the truth.
It is.
There's
It's
never
the
been any interest in women's boxing.
Yep, that's just the truth. We're not trying to be mean.
You
but
see the same knockout of women's boxing, and it's fucking Wilson and Wolf
yeah,
versus that big. Damn, I can't even. Can you say white girl?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that big white girl with the braided with the cornrows.
Yeah.
That's the same women's knockout you see. You know what I'm talking about, right? The big overhand right.
Clarissa Shields herself don't have too many knockouts. She's considered the GOAT. So yeah, but yeah, good for her. She's got her next fight booked, and I can't wait. We're all gonna be watching it. So, but yeah, that's it for PFL. We'll get back into the UFC fight announcements. The biggest one just got announced today, guys, and it's another quick turnaround. Ciryl Gane, who just won 2 days ago, August 7th, UFC 265. Ciryl Gane versus Derek Lewis for the interim heavyweight championship. Yep. So yeah, that should be fun, dude. And we get. A lot of us were wondering who's going to be Francis, or everybody, not a lot of us, everyone was wondering who's going to be Francis's first defense, right? Well, this fight is going to tell us exactly that. We don't have to wonder no more about John Jones. Whoever wins this fight is going to be the interim champ, so he's got to fight Francis next,
It's wild. It's just an interim. You know what I mean? It's already an interim.
Already 3 months ago, Francis barely won.
Yeah.
And he's not happy about it, by the way.
Yeah.
He's holding out, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Either
your point.
that or he's afraid of Lewis.
Yeah, you never know.
I'll be
Black Beast.
I think he's holding out because he wants that.
Payday, you want payday. I know that. Payday, you want payday. I know that.
Yeah.
He sure is holding out for that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm excited to see this fight, though. I mean, I think Gane is real skilled for being a heavyweight. He's a complete fighter, and I see him dominating. I'm already predicting he's gonna dominate, and Lewis is just gonna try to catch him with either an uppercut or over right with the right hand.
Yep.
But I can't see him do that.
I think as of lately, Derek Lewis is the way he's been fighting. It's just weird. He's just been super patient. He just stands there and waits for that one shot, which is all he needs anyways, and it's exciting when he lands.
Yeah, exactly. But this guy mixes too much, man.
Yeah.
He mixes too many leg kicks, too many body shots.
Yeah, he's gonna have to
he
try to figure
can't
this
just sit
out.
and wait.
He's gonna have
There you
to try
go.
to figure this out.
Good points, Luis. Yeah, I got Gane in that one too. I think
Wasn't Volkov close to finishing Lewis?
he
Right, and then
beat Lewis for the entire fight, and Lewis caught him like in the last 30 seconds of the fight.
Yep.
But Lewis was losing that fight.
Yeah, early pick. I think Gane is too much.
Yeah.
For Lewis, man. I mean, I don't think that big shot's gonna happen for Lewis because we saw it last time. He threw that uppercut because it was a takedown.
Yeah.
I don't think Ciryl Gane's gonna be doing any of that.
Yep.
And any kind of shot he lands is gonna have to be really thought out.
But you know what? Gane was getting teed off in his recent fight. He was getting hit. There were
Yeah, he got hit a few
punches.
times,
So, well, we'll see if Lewis can.
Do you think
figure
he'll
it
let go
out.
of his hands and not be patient like in the last fight?
I think he's gonna have to. He has no choice.
Yeah.
He can't wait for this because he's just gonna lose on the points.
You know what's crazy about Ciryl Gane? He just fought Alexander Volkov, and we all know how great of a fighter he is. He had over 40 professional MMA fights, and Ciryl Gane only has 9. That people have to respect that. He's still going to get better, way better, and so yeah, that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome fight, and I'm excited to see what Ciryl Gane becomes. Because this is not a finished product. This guy's gonna continue to get even better than he's already looking.
Yeah.
So move on to the next fight announcement, and this is on the Max Holloway Yair Rodriguez card. That fight we already announced is out. It's canceled. Max Holloway, had an injury. The new main event on that card is lightweight prospect. A lot of people are really high on Islam Makhachev. And he'll be taking on Thiago Moises. That's the new main event for UFC Vegas 31 on July 17th.
No, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Next fight announcement, we got UFC Vegas 32 on July 31st. Bantamweight. This guy, another guy people are really high on, Kyler Phillips, is taking on Rulian Paiva. And Kyler Phillips, he's an up and comer, but he's an exciting fighter, man. If you guys haven't already seen him fight, tune in because you won't be disappointed. Move on to the next one. UFC Fight Night on October 2nd. Carol Rosa versus Betch Correia. This is, I know this isn't, the biggest names, but Betch Correia, she has announced will be her last fight in MMA. And she did give us some memorable, fights. Memorable for the wrong reasons, getting knocked out by Ronda Rousey.
No Country for Old Men. That's who Beth Carrera looks like.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about earlier. Okay, I'm sorry, Jeff. Because it popped in my head as soon as I was like,
you're good. But yeah, she. I don't know if you guys remember that fight. My favorite Betch Correia fight. Sorry, Betch, you're gonna like this. But is when she started taunting Holly Holm, and like 5 seconds later, she gets head kicked. She's on her way out. But in all seriousness, thank you for all the fights. She did put on some pretty good entertainment for us. So.
Yep.
And the last fight announcement I have in the UFC 265 on August 7th, Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Jessica Panay in a women's strawweight matchup. Karolina is a former title challenger, so hopefully she gets back on track. She's fun to watch. On to Bellator. Fedor Emelianenko headlining Bellator's first ever card in Russia, guys, on October 23rd, and his opponent will be announced soon.
Actually, the rumor is it's going to be a former UFC champ. And it's supposed to be either Alistair Overeem or JDS.
Well, I think it would have to be JDS because Overeem never won the belt, right?
Well, didn't...
Oh, yeah, you're right. So,
that's what the article said. Didn't he just sign with Ryzen? Was it? No.
Glory,
yeah. So it's not like he could fight for both.
Other promotions, they're not like UFC. They'll let you fight.
They'll do cross?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't play my Fedor thing.
Love it.
Yeah.
Is that what he comes out to? Or?
That's his walkout song from back in the day.
Yeah,
I can see that. I would do this for Mother Russia.
Yeah, Fedor is a legend, man. So you never know. This could be his last fight. So tune in, guys. This is big news. It's not every day you get to see a Fedor fight. So
It's true.
next Bellator announcement. Bellator 264 on August 14th will be headlined by Gegard Mousasi versus John Salter for the Bellator middleweight title. I always look forward to a Mousasi fight. He's just a really good fighter, man.
Oh, yeah.
With probably the coolest last name.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. That's all the fight announcements I have. There's not really too much news going on right now that we haven't already talked about in the MMA world. But something fun I read the other day, Tyron Woodley's predicting a third round knockout of Jake Paul. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, that's interesting press. I still got Paul.
Oh, okay. You got Paul.
Yeah, I actually have Paul. Yeah, I think he has. I think he's winning. Like I said, I don't think Willie is that elite of a striker.
Yeah,
and I think Paul's just getting better on. If he's taking it as serious as he says he is, I think he's just getting better.
He's definitely the bigger fighter, and he does have knockout power. So, I would take Paul just because I think he has that luck right now going on.
Right.
Did you guys see that Nate Diaz is calling out Usman?
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, that was gonna be.
And I think that fight could happen.
I hope it does.
For paydays,
I hope so.
I think it'd be a really big pay-per-view too.
Luis is excited about that.
Oh, I love it. I want
I know you want to see it, but guess what, bro? You can't fight a Diaz brother and win. No matter how good you are, you can't fight a Diaz brother.
Diaz brother don't lose. They just run out of time.
You can if you knock them the F out.
Yeah. And it's possible, but
It's so weird.
He's gonna have to wrestle him, bro.
Yeah.
I know that sounds silly. Like, dude, what are you talking about?
Oh
It's
no!
just-
This is what I'm predicting. I'm
Diaz-
predicting Usman ragdolls in for 2 rounds, knocks him out in the 3rd.
Diaz should
I can see it happening. I can see that
do
happening.
a 5 round of sparring
I
before
see.
he heads out to the ring. That
Right, so he'd
that
be
way
fresh
he's
and
already
ready?
beat up.
That way he's already
ready to go.
Comes to the ring bleeding, the octagon bleeding already.
He gets somebody in the background to spar for 24 minutes. He's all cut up already.
He's already bleeding up.
Hey, maybe if he wins, he'll be the A side and start doing old school Gracie rules where there's no time limits. To benefit him and Nick, bro. Nick will finally fight.
Yep.
I don't know. The last time we saw him against a welterweight that can grapple, we all saw what Rory McDonald did to him.
But-
Slammed him on his head a few times.
But what Usman grapple, he hasn't been grappling lately. That's what I mean. Like he's gonna fight Diaz, and you don't fight a Diaz brother.
It's true. That's true.
I find it hard for Usman to get wobbled off a slap like Edwards was. As I just find that
Everybody
real
got
hard.
wobbled.
One thing's for sure, we're all gonna watch it if it happens.
I think I think Diaz would more than likely get dominated, but just if I don't know if his plans to fight a Diaz brother,
what's
man, I don't know, man.
I read somewhere or heard someone in an interview talking about how there's only a few fighters that are able to get title shots and no one will ever question them, and it's the Diaz brothers. Like no matter how horrible their last fight was or how good it was, that if they get a title shot the next fight, no one's gonna say like, oh, they don't deserve that, because no one will talk like that about them, because it's weird.
Because the hardcores love Diaz, Diaz brothers, and then casuals love the Diaz brothers.
Well, I think part of it is because they always come to fight. You know,
Yeah.
they it's always good entertainment, no matter what.
Yeah.
I do
Win
think
or
that.
lose.
Yeah, as much as I don't like them, they do put on a show.
Yep.
They do. I gotta admit that. And
They sure did get you quiet in the last minute, didn't they?
Dude, oh my god.
That last minute, bro, man.
Bro.
Last minute, Luis was just quiet.
Bro, I knew my
Oh,
phone was gonna blow up, man. I was talking so much shit, which is bullshit, right? Because you know, a guy gets
The adrenaline pump in the last minute for me, dude, was insane, man.
Any other news?
No, I don't have any more news. If you want to get into the reviews, man, go for it.
Yeah, we're getting to the fight reviews. PFL 6, Harrison versus, what's her last name, Jeff?
Cindy Dandois.
Cindy Danbois. My notes, I didn't write much because it was complete fucking domination. But all I put is here is, you can see my notes is, she must be butter because she's on a roll. That's what I put, because that pretty much sums it up, man.
Yeah.
for real, dude. For me, literally, I was watching the fight with DJ's dad, and the internet went out for like 10 seconds, dude. The time I exited out and came back in, she had already finished her. I remember the DJ
I
was
don't
like,
even
what
know
the hell?
like what she was doing in
And
there.
she was in the top too. She was in top position, like.
Oh.
So I didn't understand how I exited out. I came back in. She was in top position. The girl was in the bottom. Finished off with the armbar. I'm like, what the hell?
She took her arm home. She's over there grabbing her arm, screaming in pain afterwards.
Easy work.
Oh,
Yeah,
my,
easy work, total
Oh, yeah,
domination.
she was in the sling. Yeah, the girl was in the sling.
oh my god, they had to sleep out there
sling.
for her.
Kayla Harrison is on another level right now, man. I hope that, because they fight at 155, the girls in PFL, or her weight division in PFL.
155?
155. So I hope that she can cut down to at least 145 to fight Amanda Nunes,
She
maybe,
is
because
huge.
I do believe she is the best female fighter outside of the UFC that is not named Chris Cyborg.
Yeah.
So
What's her step up if she goes to the UFC, like we're all predicting? What would be her first step up, a good fight for
I
her?
don't know, man, because the 145 division is already so
Top heavy, right?
so weak. Yeah,
Maybe Jermaine.
That's a good one. That's a
Jermaine
good one. Good
maybe?
call, Luis. Yeah, if she's willing to move up again, but that's a terrible matchup for her, and I don't see her taking it, because I think Harrison will win just by taking her down. You know, she's a striker. She's a kickboxer. She's a very good one too. So but yeah, I think I would pick Harrison in that fight, honestly, dude, just because of her grappling.
Are y'all gonna want to talk about the Anthony Pettis fight?
Oh, that's a good one. Good point. Yeah, I think we should, just out of respect for Anthony Pettis. You know, he's a legend.
He was a champ. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Wheaties box, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true.
It's
Very
true. He did have that kick off the cage, you know.
Exactly. Oh,
Probably
yeah,
the
with
coolest strike.
Henderson, right?
Probably the coolest strike in the history of MMA. Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
It just sucks that he didn't finish him off of that.
Yeah, I agree, Luis. I agree.
Yeah.
But it was still badass.
But he got the wreckage belt off of that, right? I think he won the wreckage belt.
Yeah, WEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought. Manfio. Don't lie. We're gonna be honest here and say we've never heard of this guy. So, but yeah, he looked. I don't know, man. He doesn't look like Anthony Pettis to me anymore, and it's sad because he should. Anthony Pettis will beat this guy easily. Like Anthony. Yeah. And it's not like this dude took him down. It's not like he got Anthony Pettis out of his game. This fight took place on the feet, and Anthony Pettis should be able to. Yeah. If he's Anthony Pettis, that's where he wants the fights at.
Yeah, the dude almost finished him twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't look as explosive that's 170, I believe. No, listen, lightweight.
No, lightweight. Yeah.
Lightweight, yeah.
And he missed out on playoffs, right?
Manfield looks big, right?
Yeah. He needed a finish to make playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he misses playoffs. Second straight loss, right, in PFL?
Yep, second straight loss, man. And it sucks, man, because if you're not picking up wins in PFL, then I don't know where you can go next to start getting wins because you're already kind of low in the promotions.
Thriller.
Yeah.
Thriller. Yeah. Go to boxing.
He's gonna box fucking with Tarzan, man. What's his name? You said Vitor was gonna fight first.
Yeah, I don't know. It was I know it's just Tarzan.
He's gonna fucking
the real Tarzan.
The real Tarzan.
Like
he's gonna box that fucking dog face guy on the ones on the skateboard.
Yeah.
Two fucking Mexicans versus each other. All right. Next news: IBF final. Flyweight eliminator Jay Harris versus Ricardo Sandoval. Sandoval stops Jay Harris in the 8th round by knockout. It was a really good fight. Moving on, Bellator 261, Johnson's versus Moldavsky.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
Take a drink.
You gotta take a shot for that.
Take a shot for that. Let's take a drink because you got it right.
Yeah, and Moldavsky defeats Johnson via unanimous decision.
Yep.
Decision. Sorry. Wasn't much to talk about on that card. I know Liz Carmouche was on there, but whatever.
Yeah, that fight was actually good, dude.
Yeah, it was good.
Fucking came out and knocked that girl out in like the first 2 minutes, and she was aggressive. Like she came out to make a statement, to get a finish, and she got it, dude. It was a good fight.
WBC flyweight title. This was with Julio Cesar Martinez versus Joel Cordova. Martinez stops Cordova in a 6-round war. It was actually a really good fight.
Yeah, non-stop action.
Yeah, very good fight, man.
Good fight.
Next up, I'm gonna kick it off to Jeff, but it's Fight Night 190, Gane versus Volkov.
Yeah, let's start on the first card, the first fight of the main card. Renato Moicano defeats Jai Herbert by 2nd round submission, rear naked choke. This was a good fight. I did say before, our last episode to tune into this fight because Moicano is a good fighter, man. He comes out and looks for the finish, and that's what he did. He made it clear, though, from the beginning of this fight that he was going to use his grappling. Coming into this fight, he had lost 3 of his last 4, and they were all by knockout. He fought Jose Aldo, Chan Sung Jung, and he was just trying to strike with guys that are on another level than him, in the striking department at least, and he paid for it, So in this fight, he came out, he had a very wrestling heavy game plan, and it earned him the victory, dude. He got his 4th rear naked choke in the UFC. Rear naked choke finish in the UFC. So yeah, it was a great fight. So let's get into the next one, man. Andre Fili versus Daniel Pineda.
That was a good fight. That was a good fight.
Man,
Fili looks good.
It's a shame that it was a no contest, declared no contest due to an eye poke. It sucks that I had to finish that way. And I have so much respect for Daniel Pineda because the camera was right on him as the doctor is talking to him. And you can hear the guy from the second the doctor gets in his face, he's like, I can go, I'm good, I can see. But ultimately, the doctor decides that he's not fit to fight, and he calls the fight right then and there. It sucks because Fili was putting a beating on this guy, and he was well on his way, not to just a victory, he was going to finish him. Yeah. He dropped him a couple times, slammed him. Andre Fili, this was the best performance of his career.
Is he ranked?
I don't think he's ranked.
It's crazy to see how much he progressed from the Ultimate Fighter to now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So, very true, man.
Shout out to him, man. Hard
I think
work
he was
off.
on Garbrandt versus TJ, right? That was the Ultimate Fighter that he was on. But yeah, dude, did a great fight. If you didn't get to catch that fight, go on YouTube, and watch it. It's action packed, and you're gonna love it. Next fight on the card is Timur Valiev versus Ioni Barcelos, and this one was a great fight as well, man. Timur actually ends up winning by majority decision, Barcelos, though, was the fighter that was getting all the hype coming into this one. All I kept hearing about was how he was, this explosive, striker. And he is, don't get me wrong, he's a great striker. He was not able to get off that well in this fight, though. And that was just due to Valiev being, well-rounded fighter. Valiev almost got finished in the second round. He got dropped 2 times. It was ugly. But he showed his toughness, too. So Valiev got to show everything. He got to show how well-rounded he is. He got to show his toughness. And he survived that second round. And then he was able to come out in the third round and win that third round. And that's what ultimately won him the fight. But yeah, I hope you guys got to catch that. Next
that was a real good fight.
He got dropped twice in that second round, right?
Yeah, twice, man. And not just dropped, he almost got finished. He was very close to getting finished. Next fight on the card. This was a big disappointment for me. Tanner Boser versus Ovince St. Preux. I expected so much more from Ovince St. Preux, man. He just came out, looked flat, never got going. It looked like he was afraid to throw strikes. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Am I right?
And you know what? He does that though. Like he'll get fights and he'll come in there and he'll dominate and it looks pretty nice to watch. And then he gets fights where he doesn't want to throw a punch. He doesn't put no pressure or try to do. I don't know.
Yep.
It's like he just sits back for the fight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how he was against Ben Rothwell.
Hey, bro, that's how you know it was a skateboard that Shogun tripped over.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man.
It had to have been a skateboard.
Just disappointing, man. He was taking back. He was walking backwards the whole fight. Circling. And it was not a good showing, man. I hope he comes ready in his next fight to go to war because he was not ready to go to war for this fight. Yeah, that's it for that one. Tanner Boser ends up winning by knockout in the second round. So yeah, on to the next one. Main event: Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. And this fight was, to me, it was, it was the best. It was the main event, and it was the best fight on the card. We got to see Cyril Gane, for 5 rounds dominate Alexander Volkov, who has over 40 professional MMA fights to Cyril Gane's 9. And if you watch this fight, you would think Gane was the one with the 40 professional fights by the way he controlled the distance, and he dominated Volkov on the feet. And I'm glad that he's getting the next that he's in the interim title fight in August.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, he looked good. I like the way he moves. He
doesn't move like a heavyweight.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Good point.
It looks like. That'll be a nice matchup against him and John Jones.
He outclassed.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good
for 5
matchup.
rounds, man.
He did.
Yeah, he did. They're training. They're going at it. It was an exciting heavyweight fight. Most heavyweights,
He has a very, very fast straight right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would
left,
love.
right? Straight.
Right. Yeah.
I would have loved to see like DC like back then versus him, just because DC is a more of a technical fighter, and I feel like that would be a guy that would really put him to the test.
Yep.
Or even Miocic.
Yeah,
I
Stipe
feel
would
like
be a great fight too.
Stipe would be a great fight against him because he's a complete fighter, and like I said, his only weakness would probably be going up against a tactical fighter, a smarter fighter.
What's most impressive to me about him, dude, is his conditioning and his speed. He's just somebody that big should not be that fast.
Yeah.
He's so fast, man, with his hands, with his kicks.
And he looked comfortable.
Yeah, and he looks so comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. He could keep up the same pace for all 5 rounds, all 3 rounds.
Good point, Luis. Good point. His conditioning, man, like he does not look like he's tired in the 5th round. And for someone that big, it's not common for them to have that kind of conditioning. And the way he manages distance, he forces these guys to fight at his pace. And if you're fighting at his pace, you don't have much of a chance.
Yeah.
So it's going to be super fun. I love Derek Lewis. I think we all love Derek Lewis in here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it's going to be fun watching them fight, and I'm leaning towards Gane, dude. I just feel like he's going to impose his will on them. He's going to force Lewis to fight at his pace, and he's just going to dominate him the same way he dominated Volkov and Rosenstrike.
Shit, we should try to go to that one too. It's in Houston.
Shit, it's in Houston. Even if we don't go to get in the building, but just being there, I'm telling you guys, the atmosphere there is just.
Yeah.
I'll be down.
It's
That's a good
awesome.
weekend trip right there.
Yeah, just even if we just we're there, we leave Saturday morning, come back Sunday morning, one night. But that's all I got. So yeah, Gane dominates the fight, wins by unanimous decision, and now we got him versus Derek Lewis for their interim heavyweight title in August.
I like that.
Guys, early picks real quick
Which fight?
for the Cyril Gane and
I got Gane on
Lewis.
decision.
Yeah, same here. I got Cyril Gane by unanimous decision.
I gotta go with Lewis.
Oh,
Fucking DJ just loves the underdog, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you know, would he be considered the underdog?
I
is.
think
I
he
think he
will.
will.
I
I
think
think
I'm
he
not
will.
sure, but I think he is going to be the underdog.
Well, what's Lewis ranked? I know
He's
Gane
number
is
two.
He's above it. He's number
so-
two. Yeah, I think he's number
and Gane's
5.
number 3.
Gane was 3?
No, Gane's 3.
Gane's
Oh, he was 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Volkov was 5.
Volkov.
Yeah, Volkov's
Okay.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Lewis. I think if Lewis comes out and maybe makes it dirty, like dirty
Yeah, there
boxing,
you go.
push
Yeah.
him
So
up against
what do you
Gane,
have? You have
uses
Lewis
weight.
on decision or Lewis on TKO?
I think. Well,
It would have to be
that
like
has to
It
be
has to be
TKO.
knockout or TKO. Yeah.
I mean, he does have the most finishes, you know?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you definitely can't count out Lewis, dude. He
Yeah,
touches
no.
you one time. I don't care who you are. You're going
I
to
always
sleep.
go for the puncher's chance, by the way. So
Yeah, yeah.
you never know.
All right. Vasily Lomachenko versus Masayoshi Nakatani. Lomachenko stops Nakatani in the 9th round and just a masterclass, man. I don't know what else to say about it. It was just
It was
Beautiful.
impressive, bro. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
and a guy like Nakatani made a guy like Teofimo Lopez look bad, and to see Lomachenko dominate like that,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I think in the 4th round, Nakatani was throwing body shots, and I think that was probably the best part that he had of the fight. He
The
threw a
most
couple-
success he had.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
threw a couple body shots, and he saw Lomo change up his fighting style for a little
Yeah.
bit, just to try not to get those body shots again, because he ripped like 2 body shots, and he fought different after that for a little bit.
Right,
but after
right.
that, it was just beautiful dodging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, his
was
accuracy
amazing.
was. I think they said he was like 60% on power shots.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude.
his accuracy.
The
was
angles
off
that
the
he
charts.
creates and the footwork that he is using out there
in
is just
and out. That was
he's just a step ahead, 10 steps ahead of these guys, and
So-
he makes it look so effortless.
I mean, the commentators constantly talked about that arm surgery. You think that's what it could have been?
Against Lopez,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's what they're
Constantly.
making excuses for
Loma.
for Loma about it was the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think it was. You know why I don't think it was? Because Loma came in the second half of that fight. He wasn't hurt. Of the Lopez fight, he wasn't hurt. He looked fine. He looked healthy, and he looked like he was fighting with a purpose. The problem that he had in that fight was that he didn't come to fight with a purpose in the first half of the fight, and he gave away rounds. That's where he fucked
Yeah,
up.
like I said, I think he gave away too many rounds and started his game plan and started his push way too late. I would love to see a rematch.
I think
honestly.
he was
Oh, the
he
rematch
had that
happened.
he took that approach because he knew Lopez has power. He didn't want to get caught too early, you know.
You think after the Lopez fight, once Lopez fights again, and if he wins, you think they'll give him the rematch, or you think Loma?
If I'm Lopez, I don't do it. If I'm Lopez, I won't do
No?
it. No, I don't do it. If I'm Lopez, why? Why?
You already beat him.
Yeah, you already beat him. But yeah,
Yeah.
would it be an awesome fight? Yeah, could Loma beat him? Absolutely, he could
Fight
beat him.
fans?
That's why. If
Do
you're
we want it?
Lopez,
Yes.
Yeah, do we want it? Absolutely.
Do we want it? Yes.
But if you're Lopez, you don't do it.
Business
Well,
standpoint.
I think if Loma's
His dad
if
was out there in the
Loma,
stands too, watching that fight.
Yeah.
His dad. I mean, he didn't say anything, but you
Lopez
know,
is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, no, him and Bob Arum agreed to a rematch on live
Really?
on TV. Yeah, they shook hands and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's
you know
gonna
that shit
happen.
don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing. But,
Yeah. They'll find a reason.
Well, that's it. If Loma's smart, I would just go after the other titles. That way, if he wants the other titles, he has to come after you. Something like that,
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like in my opinion, I think that fight, Loma's performance last night, only made Lopez look even better.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
all right, guys, let's get into the main event of this weekend. San Antonio's own Mario El Azteca Barrios versus Gervonta Tank Davis. What a great fight.
Yeah.
All of San Antonio was excited for this fight. It was so cool. I was watching it on my phone outside, and I just heard the neighbors around me just yelling and cheering, and I think that's cool when people get excited for fights in general, man. There's
Yeah,
buzz.
it's a
There's
little
buzz.
different when it's one of your own, when he's from the same city as you. So yeah, it was
Yep.
cool, man. It was a cool experience. It was heartbreaking. And I'm just gonna say right now, those judges' scorecards were crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, that was a way
big-time
closer
bias.
fight. Barrios was up before He was up for majority, man.
Yeah, by the fifth round, I had Barrios up 4-1.
So my notes, I think I have some quick notes. It said that Davis got off to a really slow start. He was really struggling the first 7 rounds.
Yeah.
Until the 2 knockdowns in the 8th.
Until Mayweather came out sometimes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think when Barrios,
he almost had it, man.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. And then the ref, that was a bad stoppage. The ref should let him go out on his shield. He would have made it to the 12th, and he had a chance on the scorecard, man. Well, I guess obviously not. Yeah. But to the people who knew shit about boxing, those scorecards were
I think in the second round, Davis was throwing a bunch of combos, but they were all missing. But the whole crowd was going crazy, like he was landing them.
Yeah.
Steve Mazzagatti was a judge.
When you see that stuff, you already know the judges are gonna go for the home favorite. Because they're going off the crowd screaming and hollering and what they're seeing. He was punching air and.
Yeah, he was, man. It's his.
And it was wild.
Well, I mean, regardless what we have to say, we have to give it to Barrios. He went out there, he represented, and he did great, man. He did great. I hope this performance gets him another big one.
Yeah, well, I want to see him go back down 5 pounds and fight one of those guys. One of those guys that has one of those belts down there, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez.
You talking about Barrios?
No, I'm talking about Gervonta Davis. Yeah. He needs to go down. He moved up 10 pounds to fight Barrios. He's at 130. He moved up to 140. But at 135, that's where all those killers are at, man. So I want to see him fight one of those. He does have power, man. And yeah, he does. To touch on what Luis said, he did look good. He got it done. His power, he moved up 10 pounds, fought a bigger man, and knocked him out. Although I think it was an early stoppage, he still dropped him several times, so he's got power.
Mm-hmm.
Check out this interview with Mayweather, he said right after the fight.
So we keep everything in-house. Mayweather Promotions, PBC. I mean, we all one family, so we're not going to go nowhere and make another company great. So we got plenty of fighters that's at 140, 135, and 130. We're going to continue to fight the fighters that we got to fight.
So he's saying that Tank's next opponents are going to be only in-house PBC and Mayweather Promotions. So we're not seeing any T.O., we're not seeing any Ryan Garcia, nothing.
No Devin Haney?
Actually, I don't know where Devin Haney signed to. I'm not
that'd
sure
be cool if he is.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But no, that's not going to happen, of course. I think Devin Haney's one of the best at that.
Yeah, he is. He is. He has, it's going to be hard for them if they have this, plan for this dude to be a huge, pay-per-view star and just a big, boxing superstar in general. It's going to be hard to do that without any belts. And, if he's going to want to be that champion, he's going to need to have some belts. And at 135, that would mean he'd have to take a belt from somebody. So hopefully Floyd is just talking shit, and hopefully we'll see, a good fight, a high-profile fight between him and Haney or him and Lopez or him and Garcia. Yeah. Because that's what we all want, right?
Yeah,
that's what we all want, man.
Mayweather's known for taking fights that he knows that are going to win.
You know what? Mayweather, he does. And you know what? I did pick Barrios to win as an upset. I just felt it. And you know what? I was almost right. We were almost right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The thing is that I didn't take into consideration is that Mayweather Promotions they calculate everything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Tank wasn't going to lose.
Coming into the fight, I think about 2 episodes, I think I had said, I'm worried that they're just using Barrios as a stepping stone. Like that they picked him for a reason.
It's for accolades. It's like, Tank moved up 3 weight classes. And he knocked him out. But he's gonna vacate that belt. He won't fight Josh Taylor. He won't fight anybody at 140. Mm-hmm. He's not obviously, and Floyd just said he's not gonna fight anybody at 130, 135 that we like. So
it's just cherry picking.
Man,
yeah, exactly.
But but Floyd why I said he's smart is because Floyd's gonna let all those other 135ers beat each other, and then right here comes Tank Davis scooping in.
Well, he's the oldest.
You know what I mean?
He's the oldest out of all of them, so he don't have that much time left. He's 26 years old. These other guys are, how old is Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia? Like 22 years old. That. He's a good amount of years older. So eventually he's gonna have to fight one of them, I think, because these guys ain't going anywhere before he does. If anything, he's out before they are.
And if he wants to go down, he said he wants to go down as the legend. If he wants that, he has.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
But
so
it's under Mayweather, so let's see what Daddy Mayweather wants.
But one thing about Floyd is he did end up fighting the greats of his era. You know, he fought.
He fought everybody, but you know,
when they were ready.
When he was ready.
When he was ready.
True.
You know, for the Pacquiao, yes. I don't know who else.
Cotto. He fought Miguel Cotto.
Yeah.
He actually said Cotto was the hardest puncher that he's ever fought.
He said Cotto was his toughest fight.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for that sucker
Cotto was
punch,
tall.
Cotto would have won. I think.
Fought Mosley.
Yeah.
That was he almost had him.
Yeah. Mostly. Dude, grabbed onto that glove and held on for dear life.
he did.
How many pounds do you think Floyd was carrying around his freaking neck? God damn. Dude.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw those chains.
It was like 20 chains he had.
Probably over $1 million on his neck, dude.
For real, dude. That was crazy.
Risen 29 happened on Sunday at 1 a.m. I stayed up, but I could not find a stream. Sorry, guys. But it was their bantamweight tournament, I think. So maybe next show I'll give you some updates because I still couldn't find anything yet.
Risen is always so hard to find.
But
stream to watch on.
Their pay-per-views are affordable, so maybe next time I will buy it. And then Sunday, before we record the show, maybe the guys will come over early and we'll watch it. Because they're only $19.99.
Oh yeah,
But staying up till
some sake.
Oh, drink sake.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
I was talking about sake cakes with sake.
do some sake. You want to do sake bombs?
Yeah.
Watch it. Okay. Yeah. It's racist, but I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, maybe next time because the highlights I did see were pretty cool, man. Seeing some face stomps and shit.
Yeah, face stomps are great.
All right. Well, there's for the fight previews, guys. There's not really anything going on. This is the calm before the storm, before the big Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier fight.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, the only thing happening is the super featherweight title showdown versus Chris Colbert, who we talked about earlier, and his replacement. I'm gonna have to have Surrey do it because it's insane.
Already drinking.
Yeah, we have to drink.
Tugsog Nyambeer.
Yeah. But I seen him fight before. He's a big puncher, so he makes this fight better than Gamboa, who has that Cuban style boxing, who was just kind of just move around. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
And that is this Saturday, and there's also LFA 110, and also CFF C98. That's get your MMA fix, get your boxing fix. That is all that's going on. But this is the calm before the storm, guys. All right, and we're gonna do some lines. All right, guys, we're back, and time for the TDs part of TDs and Flying Knees. Yeah. I'm gonna kick it off.
Hell yeah,
Lewis.
Yeah, today we're just gonna talk about the NFC North. If for those of you who don't know, that's the MVP's division. Yeah. Sadly, he might not be able to play. You know, he might be doing Jeopardy, but you know, we'll get to that later. We're gonna start off with the Detroit Lions.
I thought we started with the weakest division, Green Bay.
No.
The weakest team. We start with the weakest team.
Yeah, it's the Lions, bro. Come on, I know y'all want to hit me, but that's still the weakest. I think so. I mean, let's start off with Jared Goff.
We got two pretty good.
He's been to the Super Bowl.
Options on here on this team. They're pretty good options.
You're talking about DeAndre Swift
and T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean,
I like Swift.
I like Swift too, and actually, I've seen a couple of interviews too where the head coach is saying he's gonna try him off in the slot a lot this season.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, if he can get a couple good catches, Jared Goff's trust, I think that could be huge because he does love to dump it off short to the running back or to the tight end. But are y'all drafting Jared Goff? Jared Goff.
Hell no, I ain't drafting Jared Goff.
Of course I am. He's gonna be.
No, you don't even see him as a streamer, maybe.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't rostering Jared Goff.
What about
if my quarterback's on a bye week and my backup gets hurt, I think about drafting Jared Goff. I mean, drafting him up. Think about picking him up, but I ain't using a waiver on him.
He might be a waiver.
Where do you see a good spot to draft Swift?
I think he's going. I've been doing mock drafts, so he's going like second or third round is when.
Second or third round. That seems pretty fair.
Actually, I think it's third. He's going like in the third round.
Is
mid to late third. Actually,
is Adrian Peterson still on the roster, right, or no?
No, right here it has DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams is his backup.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that worries
might
me a little
be-
bit, man,
yeah,
because
that might
Jamal
be
Williams,
worrisome.
dude, he took a lot of touches from Aaron Jones last year.
He's just like he's not the best running back, but every time I heard like all the coaches and all that talk about him, just talk about how much of a leadership, how much energy, character he brings to the locker room, and I think he's just one of those players that he just gets the coach's trust to be able to get playing time. It's not the fact that he's the best one. It's just I don't know. I just feel like he gets trust, and they just put him out there. But having Jamal Williams does scare me a lot because I think they're paying him pretty good money too.
Yeah.
You think you see him as a handcuff then, or nah?
Nah, I don't think he'll be like a. Do y'all think he'll be a workhorse? If
No, but I do see like if Swift goes down, I do see him being the number one pick, waiver pick that year, that week.
That
I
week?
mean,
That week coming up. Yeah.
I don't know the other guys on the roster, Jamar Jefferson and Dedrick Mills. I don't actually, now that I see who's behind Williams, he might actually be put into somewhat of a workhorse role, right?
Yeah, third down back for sure.
Yeah,
Probably
if
something.
Swift were to get hurt, it might be a good option.
yeah. What about the receivers? I mean, Rashad Perryman or Tyrell Williams? I know he was out all year because of an injury.
Yeah, they picked up Geronimo Allison too.
Oh, two? God damn, they're just getting all these Packers.
Well, yeah, they chose to fucking draft a offensive lineman instead of drafting.
Oh, I know,
I thought
dude.
they were gonna
and the way they were celebrating sounded like they just got the next Peyton Manning and shit.
I thought they were gonna go receiver, dude, like Jamar Chase, like something, because they hadn't. Look at their receiving.
Well,
core.
they couldn't. They drafted after the Bengals.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, that's why. The Bengals got Jamar Chase,
4?
so they got Penny and Sewells after.
Okay, the Bengals were 4, I think,
Yes.
and then they were 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, any other sleepers y'all want to mention? I mean, we know T.J. Hawkinson. How far is he dropping in mock drafts, Jeff?
I want to say he's like the 5th tight end,
Really?
taken 5th or 6th.
That's actually pretty high.
Yeah,
See if we could get.
Pretty higher than I would.
Yeah,
put
see,
him
there you
at.
go. He's number 5 right there.
Really? So people are really taking him over Kyle Pitts? I feel like I would take Kyle Pitts over Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think I would too. I'm actually like Tyler Higbee, and I don't know why I just mentioned him. He's not even in this division, but it's because I'm thinking of Matthew Stafford. Because he wasn't the Lions quarterback for so long. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable with T.J. Hawkinson because of Jared Goff. If it was Matthew Stafford still in the Lions, then
I do. One thing to point out about Higbee is he doesn't have Everett no more to take away targets. So it's him alone. I think Everett went to the Seahawks.
dude, I think. We'll talk. We'll talk about the Rams. I'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, but So y'all taking Kyle Pitts over Hawkinson?
No, I'll always roll the dice on a rookie that seems to be standing.
Yeah, I'm taking Pitts over Hawkinson.
I'll take Pitts.
I'd rather that. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I would. I take Pitts.
All right, let's move on to the next team. Will be the Chicago Bears, and they just drafted the quarterback Justin Fields, and I think one interesting fact is Matt Nagy, I think, is the head coach. He said that they're rolling and they're planning on starting and keeping Dalton most of the year. So how many games do you give them till Justin Fields will be the starting quarterback?
Coming from a Cowboys fan who had to watch Dalton all of last season pretty much. I'm thinking Fields is going to be in there sooner than later, dude. It's not going to take long. I don't think Dalton is going to stick there. I think they're going to end up throwing in Justin Fields, man. I think he's going to do better. I actually can see him being a better quarterback right off the bat than Andy Dalton is. Andy Dalton had all the weapons in the world at his disposal in Dallas, and he didn't do nothing. So.
I actually do too, and I actually think he brings Allen Robinson up. Fields would.
Fields? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Foles is also on the roster, dude.
Yeah, but Nick Foles is good for Allen Robinson because he targets the heck out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I just feel like Fields will be the best option to go long term.
Yeah, I just want to see what Justin Fields is like, honestly. I just want to see what he does
NFL,
in the NFL. Yeah,
Right, me too. I honestly, like I was telling you, DJ, if I was the Niners, I would have taken him over Lance.
I was going for it.
But we're not going there. But
Can't wait to get to Green Bay.
another great topic to talk about would be the running back, just because Montgomery ended the season so good.
Yeah, he did.
He ended it so good, but I mean, they paid Tyreek Cohen a lot of money, and he's gonna be healthy next year. And then they just signed Williams from the
Damian Williams.
Yeah, they just signed
Chiefs,
him.
right?
Yeah, from the Chiefs, and he's a good catching option.
Man,
So,
yeah.
I feel like that's gonna hurt Montgomery big time.
It might, but I do believe still he's the best all-around back that they have. And I think he's going to get the majority of the touches. I don't think it'll scare me off too much. It is something to look at, but I'll still be comfortable taking Montgomery.
What's his ranking right now?
Right now, he is RB.
Or where's he going in mock draft, Jeff? Montgomery.
I'm trying to see. I can't remember really off the top of my head, but he should be on there. Go up.
You think he's like a 5th round?
Right now, he's number 18, RB 18.
Really?
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, 5th round. That's about 5th round. I don't know though. I feel like him having.
I mean, he's right in the range of like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs. I think I'm taking him over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not really high on him.
Yeah, me either. Just because even the Chiefs, they're 4th and 1 and right there at the
Passing the
goal,
ball.
and then they rather pass it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Let me see. What are you taking, Montgomery over Carson?
That's a tough one.
I'll
I'd probably
personally
go
take
with Carson. Yeah,
Just
I'd probably
because
go
he
with
has
Carson.
less competition, and
I
he
think
could
it's a
actually catch
better
the ball.
offense too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a better offense.
And then
I know Luis's pick. Joe Mixon #1 overall.
I love it. I love that.
I'm taking Mixon over Montgomery. Easy.
really,
Yeah, y'all wouldn't?
That's his
no.
team doesn't beat you to him.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would.
dude. What about the receiving options for the Bears? Do y'all see any notable ones to talk about other than Allen Robinson?
I think Darnell Mooney.
Dude, I actually saw like a highlight tape of him of burning a lot of cornerbacks. It was just he kept getting over and underthrown by Nick Foles and Trubisky all, but he actually
He
has
burned
really good highlights, man.
Yeah, he
burns
does.
a lot of people, runs really good routes.
He's quick. Yeah, runs really good routes.
And if he could build a connection with Justin Fields, I think he would be a decent sleeper.
But that's if Justin Fields playing, right?
Yeah, he's going really late in drafts, and he's not, somebody that you're gonna have to spend an early pick on.
Yeah.
But if he's there late, then yeah, man, I think he has really high upside, and especially if they get Justin Fields in there.
Yeah, for me too. Another one would be Cole Kmet, the tight end.
Right.
He's really good. It's just the only speed bump is Father Time himself, Jimmy Graham. He
is on the roster.
He's been there.
Well, he's on the
Wait,
roster.
not only on the roster. He last year he had the most red zone targets for the Bears.
Wow.
And
Jimmy Graham, Paul.
Yeah, Jimmy Grandpa. And he also ended the year with the one-hand catch too, like.
Oh yeah, I
the
saw that. And then he
one-hand
just ran
highlight.
off the field, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just feel like if they get rid of him, Cole Kmet could be a really good pick, man. I'm not hoping for an injury, but
Yeah, I get what you're
I
going.
do hope time gets to him. And then another thing for what is it called, DFS? Roquan Smith is a good pick. Fuller, Jackson, Eddie Jackson, for the defensive players.
Okay, you got Mac.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know, dude. I feel like Khalil Mack didn't do anything last year. I feel like he's just a presence at this point.
Oh, did you say Roquan Smith?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Roquan Smith. Yeah.
Probably the best fantasy option, right?
Yeah,
On the defensive side of the ball.
yeah, dude. Freaking all over the field.
Tackle machine.
Yeah.
Tackle machine.
Danny Trevathan's not
Yeah, I
bad,
was about
right?
to say Trevathan is
Yeah.
another one that's on there that's really good.
Yep.
Dirty. All right, I guess we'll move on to the Green Bay Packers. And the bigger story is, Aaron Rodgers still not showing up to any of the mandatories.
That's good. I like that.
I mean, let's all admit it. We all know that the fantasy options go way down if Rodgers is not on the field.
Yeah, they do, man. They do, and that makes things harder for us fantasy players. You know, if he's in the lineup, you got two awesome options there, and Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And then even Robert Tonyan becomes a serviceable tight end, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's out of the lineup, all those players are like, you know, now they just have asterisks next to their name because you ain't gonna get the real Aaron Jones. You definitely ain't gonna get the real Devontae Adams. So I don't know, man. Like I'm not a Packers fan, and to be honest, I don't even like Aaron Rodgers a little bit. But I'm hoping he plays just because it makes fantasy football more interesting.
So Adams is probably possibly one of the best, right? Maybe one, possibly two.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's weird though. You look at it like that, right? Because it's who he's throwing to him, right?
Yep.
And then I don't know. That's wild. That's wild. That one player.
I mean, I feel like even
Yeah.
without Rodgers being there, I feel like Adams wouldn't drop no less than the top 15.
I still think he'll go in the second round.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
For sure.
yeah, he will.
He's a name.
He's a name.
Trade value for sure is gonna
Yeah,
be
not
there.
only that, he's still the number one receiver for that team, and he's gonna get a bunch of targets.
Yeah.
Do you like Jordan Love? Do you think it'll be Jordan Love? They
They
have Blake Bortles. So.
Well, Blake Bortles is good.
he has the arm. He he
Might
had.
well have Jimmy G out there.
Yeah, I'd rather have Jimmy G
Yeah, I
out
know
there than
you would
Blake
rather
Bortles,
do it,
man. Anyways,
Right now, the
I don't
Niners
know,
quarterback core looks a lot better than
Trey Lance.
Yeah, he looks better than who y'all have.
No, I'd rather have somebody throwing the ball than running the ball. But you know, I'm not gonna get there. But I don't know. Jordan Love is just so inaccurate, man. Super inaccurate. Training camps. That's all the coaches talk about is inaccuracy, and he really has to step up.
Maybe he's one of those game day players, you know, that just on game day, there's talk of quarterbacks that don't do good during practice, but when it comes to playing, you know, they can come out and show up, you know.
Oh, I wish you had that clip. Practice. Yeah. Talking about practice.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah. Yeah, but Aaron Jones, how far down does he drop for you if Rodgers doesn't play?
I think he would go up.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he's getting fed more if Rodgers doesn't play?
I mean,
But he also got AJ Dillon too. I mean,
Yeah, that's who I'm mostly worried about. They spent a pretty high pick on him too.
yeah,
you know, so.
second round, yeah.
So yeah, even with Rodgers in the lineup, I'm still a little bit worried about Dillon.
I know you've been doing a lot of mock drafts. Is there? Have you seen mock drafts where Aaron Jones and Dillon both get drafted?
No, I haven't seen Dillon drafted.
No?
And if he was drafted, it's way at the end of the draft.
No, yeah, that's what I figured. I was just wondering, you know, if he's considered at least a top 5 handcuff, at least maybe.
Oh, he's one of the best handcuffs for sure. But I think that Jones is right now, even though with all the uncertainty around Rodgers, he's still going in the second round. Aaron Jones.
And as for me, for the tight end Tonyan, as much as I love him, as much as I liked him, if Rodgers isn't playing, I won't be confident in drafting him.
Yeah, same here.
He was touchdown dependent big time. I think he was tight end number 3, right? I did tell y'all he was tight end number 3. Waller was number 2. The gap difference in fantasy points was 70.
Yeah,
That's how wide the tight end margin was.
Yeah,
and I mean, I guess that does say that it is a coin toss after the top 3.
Yeah, it is, man. It really is. It's Kelsey, Waller. For me, it's Kelsey, Waller, then Kittle, and then it's the rest
Andrews,
of them.
maybe.
Mark Andrews is probably the next best one, but after that, man, it's tough. The tight end is gonna be. It's either you're gonna get one of those 3, and this is me. If I don't get one of those top 3, then I'm not drafting a tight end until late, and I'm going with my sleepers, people or tight ends that I think are gonna have a good season, but other people don't think they're gonna have a good season. That's what a sleeper is, right?
Tim Tebow.
He's not on my sleeper.
Let me see what y'all pick. Aaron Jones or my boy Joe Mixon?
Aaron Jones. I'm still going Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
How about that was pretty quick. Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs?
I picked Joe Mixon.
I know you.
I'll pick Mixon too. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Aaron Jones or Josh.
Aaron Jones or
Well,
Josh
I'm
Jacobs?
still assuming that Rodgers is playing.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to assume he isn't playing?
Let's assume he isn't because that's what it looks like right
It
now.
looks like it.
If he's not playing, then
You lose.
Oh, dude, I know. Like I said, if he doesn't play, I'm okay with it. I get to say I lived through a Super Bowl, and then I'm gonna get to live through a number 1 draft pick.
Yeah. Well, no,
Probably won't even get it.
No,
Probably still win some games.
Texas
You got a pretty good team.
Y'all out there.
Yeah, the Texans probably secured that one,
They
right?
might be secure.
I mean, if
Well, I don't
Rodgers,
know. I think they traded all their picks.
if Rodgers ain't playing, dude, I might go with Mixon over Jones because they're gonna have a pretty good offense, and with as long as Burrow is healthy, you know they have Jamar Chase, they have T Higgins, they have Tyler Boyd, and then they got Mixon in the backfield. Another offensive line ain't great, but who knows, dude? Who knows, Luis? You might be onto something, man. Mixon might have himself a season. He might have a bounce back.
This is the last year. I'm rooting for him.
What year is this? 4?
Yeah,
Going on
no,
4?
3. If he disappoints me again, I shall never speak his name.
Oh,
All right, how
We'll
about
see.
Aaron Jones with no Rodgers or Cam Akers?
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers? I will go
Yeah,
Cam
Cam
Akers.
Akers.
Cam Akers.
Probably more opportunities, right?
Yeah, just a better offense, dude. That offense is, I think it's gonna be scary with Matthew Stafford, man.
yeah.
Yeah, it might. Yeah.
We'll see.
Almost.
Oh, Amos? Adrian
Yeah.
Amos? Yeah, I mean, he's a tackle machine. He's always out there.
He had 83 tackles. last year.
Jair Alexander, as good as a quarterback he is, he's not good because he doesn't get targeted as often because he's good.
How about is Preston Smith?
Smith,
a
he
good
had-
fantasy
He
option?
had 12 sacks
Yeah.
last year, so.
Yeah,
So Darius Smith, the
I had
Smith
him. I was
bros,
streaming him.
the Smith bros. Yeah, they're always good options. Other than that, we haven't had a good linebacker since Blake Martinez.
Yeah, that's about it.
Y'all don't have an every down linebacker, do y'all?
No, we signed Kirksey, but he was hurt like all fucking year. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting on that side of the ball.
On to the next one.
Yeah, which is the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh,
And this is an exciting team. I think this team is gonna do really good fantasy wise.
Yeah, they're always, for the past few years, they've been a good fantasy option team.
Yeah,
you know?
which is crazy because I don't think Kirk Cousins gets drafted enough.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
But he's just not consistent. I mean, he'll give you like a 30-point game and then follow it up with like a 10 or 12-point game.
Dang, they disrespect him. They have him below Trevor Lawrence, below Matt Ryan, below Joe Burrow.
Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
I would have him below Joe Burrow.
Fantasy
I
Pros
don't know,
has him
man.
number
Just because
16.
Jeez.
Joe Burrow, I mean, he averaged the most throwing
That's a waiver
attempts.
pick. Those are
Yeah, but
waiver
he
pick
was
numbers.
nowhere near in points.
But he got hurt.
I know, but I mean, for those games that he played, he wasn't putting up monster points.
Yeah, I
you know?
can see that. Yeah, I mean, he also didn't have receivers
So-
like Justin Jefferson.
So, how do you guys here? Are you drafting? If you had to pick a quarterback, were you drafting Cousins or are you drafting Burrow?
I'll draft Cousins.
I would draft Cousins too.
He has better weapons.
Who would you draft, Steve?
Burrow.
Wow.
I would draft Burrow too because of the
Mixon?
the running
Yeah, just
and
because-
Mixon, baby.
Exactly. I got Mixon.
because of the
Burrow,
running, we got Dalvin Cook on
No,
the Minnesota Vikings.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like the Vikings are just gonna run more. Mm-hmm. Their defense got better.
They're not gonna give Kirk Cousins any chances to fuck up.
Yeah, their defense got better. Half of their defense was like a rookie last year.
I mean, they have
So
Adam
they
Thielen, Justin
have
Jefferson.
Yeah, but they're not gonna throw as much. They're not gonna be down that many games.
Because the games that they lost, it's because of Cousins.
That's true.
I know, but I don't care about winning and losing. We're talking fantasy.
No, but they
Yeah.
do. So they care. So they're not gonna give them, chances to
throw it down?
to throw the ball.
Hey, before we talk about the receivers too,
He does throw it up though.
let me talk about a sleeper in the tight end would be Irv Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudolph left the team. He went somewhere else. I think he went to the Giants, I want to say. Anyways, doesn't matter where he went. But Irv Smith could be. He was getting red zone targets a lot. I think in that crazy game against the New Orleans Saints, where it was a shootout. I think he had 2 touchdowns and like 60, 70 yards. And that was the first game without Kyle Rudolph fully. So that's a pretty
interesting.
good point. I think that's a good sleeper.
Yeah, that's different.
And Dalvin Cook, I won't be mad at anybody if they take him number 1 overall. Honestly, he did amazing last year. He's great off the run. He's great off the screen. He's great at catching.
I'm kind of worried they might start like managing his load, like load management. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have Alexander Madison. They have Amir Abdullah, who's a young running back.
That's the only thing I don't like about drafting Cook. I feel like if you draft Cook, you have to get Madison.
Yeah, yeah, dude, and I don't know, like obviously I have no proof, to back any of this up that they are going to start managing his load. But I just feel like he's so good that they don't want to run him into the ground, And
I mean, he just signed a big contract last year. So.
Yeah, that's another reason why they wouldn't want to run him.
Yeah, exactly. So
Keep him going.
I don't know.
What about that receivers? Who are you considering the number one, Thielen or Jefferson?
Right now, Jefferson's going ahead of Thielen.
I think
in all of the drafts.
Jefferson looked good his rookie year.
Yeah, I'd go with Jefferson.
I'd go with Jefferson. Yeah, yes. I think Thielen is just a red zone machine. I'd say at this point.
Yeah.
And one thing too, I wanted to point out about Jefferson. I don't know if y'all saw, but because you know how they got Patrick Peterson now, right? So he called him out. He says ever since Patrick Peterson's been there, Justin Jefferson doesn't want to match up against nobody else.
I didn't know they had Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, they signed him, yeah. And ever since he's been in practices, he doesn't want to match up against nobody else. Which to me, people are saying it as a good thing, like, oh, he's going. But I'm like, this dude is washed and slow. Like, is he really getting better going against a guy that he's gonna outrun every time?
I don't know.
Confidence. Maybe it's just a confidence.
Justin Jefferson ain't the fastest guy, so maybe he ain't able to blow him away.
He ain't the best.
He ran a slower 40 than Devin White.
Yeah. He was
slower than a linebacker, so he ain't like a receiver that's gonna blow you away with his speed. So maybe they are having some pretty good battles, and he's just working on his route running.
I don't know. I just wanted to point that out because I guess to me, in my eyes, the way I see it, I don't think he's. Like
he's probably picking his brain because
maybe to see how to beat
corners aren't really like corners are a different breed. They're not there to keep up with you. They're there to outplay you.
Right. That's a good point, dude.
Richard Sherman. He's probably one of the best ones out there, but he's slow as hell.
Yeah.
He's
not fast.
Everybody burns him, so he just knows how to play the ball. So
even when Darrell Reeves was calling out everybody Reeves Island, and everybody was just pissing on it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh yeah, they're all thinking it's my turn.
Anyways, let me ask y'all a question: Jefferson or Keenan Allen?
That's a very good one, dude. Because they're going very close in mock drafts together.
I'll just roll the dice with Jefferson. He's a younger guy.
For me, I'll go Keenan Allen just because of all the targets Herbert gives him.
But you think they're gonna change that up? Because
as soon as
it was his rookie year last year, so they got to study him, so they're gonna know he likes. He's favoring Keaton.
Yeah, and
so I'd go Jefferson because he's younger, and I think he's a little bit more. He's gonna be a little bit more reliable. I think that offense is gonna be a little bit better. Not that the Chargers is gonna be bad. You can't really go wrong. If you end up with Allen or Jefferson, you're good. But I think I'd just favor Jefferson by a little bit.
Do you see either one as a wide receiver 1, or do you see Jefferson as a 2?
That's a tough one.
Like for your team, not for their respective teams. Just for your team.
I think I'm comfortable with Jefferson as
borderline 1.
Yeah, borderline 1. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the guy we just talked about, Allen Robinson and Jefferson?
Oh, that's easy for me. I'm going Jefferson.
Really?
Yeah.
I might go Robinson just because he's a target machine.
Yeah. But you don't know who the quarterback's going to be over there.
All right. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
What about, let's talk about 2 washed old men, Julio Jones or Thielen?
Oh, man. I'm staying away from Julio. I'm staying away from him.
Old man?
I'm going Thielen.
Thielen?
Yeah, is he an old man?
I got a Thielen. He is.
Hey,
where's your
oh yeah, hold on. I think it's this one.
Oh, I got a Thielen. He is.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's practice, right? So what is practice, anyways? But Thielen still looks good right now. They have clips of him going up.
No, the only thing he did was in the red zone last year.
It's not about that.
He had the most red zone targets of all out of everybody last year.
It's not about the red zone though. He's the route runner. He can get open. He can make himself open.
He depended on touchdowns to be that good in fantasy last year.
Wow, yeah.
Depended on touchdowns.
But he always had a strong wide receiver too on the other side as well. So.
Yeah, I got a good one. Well, I don't know if it's a good one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How high... Well, are you going... Is this an obvious pick for you, Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb? Are you like, obviously, is Justin Jefferson no debate?
For me, it depends. It depends. If I have,
Like if you have another receiver already.
yes, exactly. If I have an
okay.
established number one, I'll go CeeDee Lamb just because I love the ceiling that he can give you. But if I don't, I have an established number one receiver. I'd rather have Jefferson as my number one than
Then
CeeDee
Lamb. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's just the way I see it.
I don't know why, dude. I have a feeling that he's gonna end up top 10 easily. CeeDee Lamb as a receiver.
You think he's doing better than Cooper?
I think he's doing better than Cooper this year. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think he is, man. I feel like they had an instant connection, and I feel like it's only going to be even better this year. I think Lamb's going to be even better this year. I don't think he's going to take any steps back. I think Dak's going to pick up right where he left off before he got hurt. I don't know, man.
So who are you picking, Derrick Henry or Cook? That one's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a really tough one.
Derrick Henry.
You got Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
I think he got 2 more years of dominating. Derrick
Who,
Henry.
Derrick
does.
Henry?
Yeah.
He looks like a monster, dude. It looks like he got 20 more years going.
Really?
He does.
He looks like Emmitt Smith back in the day. He played 18 years or something.
I think I might go with you just because Cook has a history of getting hurt at least once or twice in the season.
Well, it started off bad, right? His rookie year, he got hurt. He looked good his rookie year.
Yep.
And then the next year, he had a little
Towards
bit of
ACL, I think
Towards
his rookie
ACL,
year.
yeah.
And then the next year, he
was just
had a little bit of
problems and
issues,
shit
but
like that,
nothing really major. But
No, I think the next year he struggled too with injuries.
Yeah.
And then the third year was when he had a great year.
he had a full year.
Yeah.
He was probably on that Fuller stuff, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I guess I'm going Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
He's solid.
What about you, Steve?
Derrick Henry.
Really?
Yeah. You go Cook though, right? Cook.
No, I said Derrick Henry.
Oh, you would?
The injury problems scare me off of Cook. That's it. I mean, if you could guarantee me a full healthy season of Cook, I'm taking Cook, no question.
How high would you draft Alvin Kamara?
How high am I drafting now, Kamara? Top 5.
So are you taking Saquon Barkley over Alvin Kamara?
No, I got Kamara first.
Yeah? What about you, DJ?
I like Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yeah? Steve?
I think he's.
I think I'd take Kamara over Barkley though.
My only argument with that.
That's hard.
Well, yeah,
That's a hard
with
one.
Saquon is he doesn't have a good offensive line. I mean, look what he did against the first game against the Steelers before he got hurt. He had like 7 yards in the whole game.
Yeah, it was awful. I had him last
Tell
year.
you what. His rookie year, he didn't have an offensive line either, and he looked
Yeah,
pretty
but people
amazing.
didn't know.
He had Odell Beckham.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe he'll do better with Kenny Galladay.
And he had Eli.
And the real goat.
The real goat.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning, yeah.
he's
Tom Brady's daddy.
Yeah. Hey,
Bro, he's fucking,
Eli Manning is a clutch quarterback. He wins Super Bowls, you know.
Yeah, wins
he
when it
makes
matters.
He makes it to the Super Bowl. I mean, if you think about it, he had more rings than Aaron Rodgers, right?
Wow.
He's the legit winner.
It's crazy when you think about it that way.
So you got your team, right? Say it's the NFC Championship, right? And you got Aaron Rodgers or Eli Manning. Who would you want?
Rodgers.
The GOAT, Eli Manning.
Rodgers gonna just choke it away.
You still got to go stats, bro. You still got to go stats.
Hey, stats don't clinch that game.
Fine.
You know what I mean?
How about this? I'll tell you this. If Eli Manning's playing Tom Brady in the NFC Championship game, that's the only way I'll pick Eli Manning. If he's playing against Tom Brady,
It's always gonna be Tom Brady.
that's the only way.
Well, you
I'm
know what?
picking
It will be an NFC Championship game, so we'll be against.
That's
Tom
what I'm
Brady.
saying.
So, yeah.
That's the only way I'm picking it if it's against Tom Brady.
So,
All right, let me end it off with another good question. I think AJ Brown or Justin Jefferson.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
yeah, AJ Brown, man.
I'm gonna go Jefferson.
And that's why I'm picking Derrick Henry too earlier the previous question, because that combination of Henry and AJ Brown, it's proven.
Yeah, off of the play action.
It's proven,
They're
man.
so good, man.
Yeah, I go
Tennessee's such a good team.
AJ Brown.
Really?
Yeah. It's close. It's close.
If I could get I'd be comfortable with AJ Brown as my wide receiver 1, and if I have him as my wide receiver 1, depending on what I got on running backs, I'd scoop up more running backs or look for a tight end, because I like AJ Brown.
Yeah,
I'd be comfortable.
yeah.
It depends. I haven't done any mock drafts or nothing yet, but I don't know. I fucks with AJ Brown.
Yeah, I do like AJ Brown.
Yeah, I've been doing lots of mock drafts. I need to get on it, man.
Yeah,
I need
we
to start
do.
studying. It's coming quick.
Alright.
It's coming
and,
quick.
Before we finish the NFL part, the DFS, I know Hendricks is a good linebacker that the Vikings have, right? Eric Hendricks?
The Vikings?
Yeah, Eric Hendricks, I believe.
Yeah, Eric
he's
Hendricks.
Eric Hendricks, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a tackle machine.
Yeah, I think he had over 100.
Anthony
tackles.
Barr is good.
Anthony Barr, Smith, safety. He's always good too.
Daniel Hunter, bro.
Danielle Hunter.
Daniel
Yeah.
the best.
Hunter. Wasn't he injured last year, right?
Yeah, he Anthony fucking wasted an early pick on his head. He had to sit him on his bench the whole time. Or was it the year before?
I think it was
Last year or the year before? Whatever.
Yeah, but
he'll let us know.
that will end the show. Thank you for tuning in, guys. As always, give us a like, subscribe, a share, and just share, talk to a friend that you think might like the show. If you like us, don't forget to always comment on our Instagram pages, TDFK Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Let us know. Give us questions you want to talk about. Give us feedback. And, we just love your input. We love to interact with fans, and we love to hear back from y'all.
Yeah, guys, tell a friend, because we can't get the word out about this podcast without you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Without you, then it's just gonna be 5 dudes sitting in my room talking to nobody. You know what I mean? We're not gonna reach the people we need to reach unless you guys share, tell somebody that likes combat sports. You know what I mean? So please help us out, guys.
Yeah, all right. We'll see you next week.